What's up, guys? So there are some interesting things going on in the forums exactly, and basically the last poll is ended. They decided to bring out a new one, but it's rather interesting the way the poll system is. So for the first poll, they didn't allow you to do a no option for the level cap, and since they saw they were getting close to almost 2,000 votes for that one, they decided to raise the cap from 2,000 to 3,000, and this freaking poll just burned. I mean, it didn't even get 1,000 votes in total. It only got 894. And they wanted 3,000 votes for us to get basically new and different events, which since the poll is closed now, it's basically going to be unable for us to bring it. And it's just crazy. On top of that, they decided to go back to 2,000 votes for a new poll, which is the cross-server system for Sage World Battlefield. Now, personally, in my opinion, when it comes to Matsuri Challenge being crossover, I would say that the matchmaking is very bad, very flawed, and at the same time, it's not exactly fully crossover. You occasionally do get a lot of people from your server doing Matsuri as well. So if they were to incorporate it into Sage World Battlefield, all I see is matchmaking issue to the max. Because when it comes to their matchmaking, I can say it's not the best. Given that they have more time for Sage World Battlefield, because there's a 10-minute registration period, I guess their matchmaking system could improve. But honestly, it's a risk at this point. I don't know. It's not really a safe choice to agree with the Sage World. It would bring more competition, make Sage World more interesting. For servers that aren't populated and have very few people in Sage World, this is a good thing for you because you will get more people in Sage. But for populated servers, that means we're probably just going to get really hard Sage World battlefields to the point where it's divided up by battle power as well as level. So it would balance things out. But then again, it's just the whole idea of their matchmaking. And they didn't even give you any sort of idea on how they would incorporate the system. All they say is they're going to follow the implementations of Arena Crossover and Fighting Matsuri Challenge, which we all know how long the Arena queues take. And we all know how Matsuri Challenge isn't exactly the greatest for crossover. So it would be a fun thing. We have a whole week to get 2,000 votes for yes. And there is a no option for this one. So far we have 248. I will put a link in the description and comments below for this. Personally, I'm going to take that risk. I will vote yes, seeing as there is a really good positive side for this, bringing more competition and more enjoyment to this. But the fact that there is already almost a 50-50 decision on it. People that are voting no, I can honestly see, the biggest concern is how is the matchmaking going to work. If Oasis does not tell us how the matchmaking is going to work, then we are not going to get 2,000 votes. Already at this first day, we are not going to reach 2,000. You might reach 1,000 for yes, 1,000 for no in the best case scenario, but they don't give you enough information for us to follow to actually get a 2,000 votes for the yes. So I don't know how this is going to work. Hopefully you guys, will decide either yes or no. Personally, I think it's a 50-50 for me. It's not like I would say this is a really important poll, like something that would be completely revolutionary. I think it would make the game more fun, but I just really think the matchmaking is a huge risk. The next thing is just going to be the next main character for Thursday. I know I was going to post it yesterday, but then I figured, why not just leave it for Wednesday. So the straw poll is going to be linked in the comments and the description as well as the poll. Choose which one you want between water main, wind main, and earth. And then next week we'll do one more poll to decide the last two classes remaining. The week after that I will go to the last class, and then the whole cycle renews itself where I will put all 5 mains again. And I'll just continue doing this weekly to basically so you guys pick which main character I play around. So to finally say farewell to the lightning main for a while, I have decided to test somebody that I used to love using in the past and haven't exactly messed with since before 2.0. And that has to be King Tendo himself. Now, I pulled for him, took me another 400 scrolls after Hashirama way back when the video got corrupted after I pulled him and I still didn't get that Sage Jiraiya. So it was really, I was really unhappy with Tendo. But upon using Tendo, I was liking him more than Hashirama. Personally, after 2.0, I just don't like the round 1 change. I mean, it is very strong in the AoE setup. But the problem is I loved using Tendo in main teams, like 1v1 team scenarios. And I just didn't see how an 80 chakra cost round 1 that can hit all opponents is gonna really help out against a regular team. So we're gonna take this into arena and see how it works out. I have high expectations for Tendo just because only his mystery took a hit. I mean, no prompt, but around 1, I don't know. He has still really good chases. He's also immune to ninjutsu, and he evades 1 standard attack each round. So it's a very good, he's still solid all around the board. I'd say in a main team, he'd probably be more of a support, but we're going to test out the round 1 mystery. We have this lineup here: Lightning Armor, Calm Mind, Bloodthirsty to get you 100 chakra round 1. Then we also using the Moon Cutting Flash with Rhino for the chase, and Enhancement of Lightning to buff him. Using Gakido for the extra protection because Acupuncture is the way to ruin Tendo. So that's why we're going to have to put the shield on him. After that, we can pretty much guarantee Tendo getting his mystery off since his mystery is immune to interrupt, and Acupuncture won't be able to stop him once we get that Gakido shield onwards. Conan for the boost, 2 Akatsuki members as well as the shields. And she also does very solid damage, so we're going to run her up there. Honestly, I don't know what my expectations are for this team, but I can say that I hope Tendo performs the way I want him to. Now, before we actually get into the arena, let me just go over this Jonin medal rebate, because a lot of people have been asking me, and Jonin medal is a great thing. You guys might not know, but it shows you all the detailed information from all the medals, and it even compares them, and it shows you what you're getting as far as the value goes. Now, it's funny because the Genin medal, it's 200 ingots, but it lasts you for a week. If you were to take prices into account based on time, they all cost pretty much the same. It's just you're getting a longer duration of it. And the Jonin medal has the best features, but you have to buy 180 days at a time. But honestly, it is the best investment you can make in this game, especially for a brand new server. The Ninetales Naruto is really solid. I used him very early in my server. Lasted me up until level 50 when I started doing pulls and got my team set up. But now I would just no longer recommend anyone to do Tendo Treasure pulls, and you can still use Naruto very early on in the game. What you do also need to see is you get more coins for Jonin medal, you get more stamina, more experience, you get more resets, you get yourself more coupons. Even gives you a little bit of extra stats for your main character. Now there's also the world teleports, and you get faster stamina renews in the hot spring. So it's a very good deal to do this, and you're getting 180 days worth, which, I mean, if you look at the Chunin medal, it's 600, almost 600 ingots for 30 days. I mean, if you were to get 6 months worth, like the Jonin medal, it'll cost you more for the Chunin medal than to just get the Jonin. So if anything, it's always worth buying the Jonin medal, especially under this rebate event, because as soon as you spend 2,000 ingots, which I'm just going to renew it for no reason. I mean, I still have it for 154 days, but I mean, like, do I really have to get it or do I don't? It's the good thing is you only want to get Jonin medal on this event, or at least renew it. I mean, if you're starting a new server, even if you don't have this event, I would still make the investment. But it's easy enough, just, click to activate. You get 944 coupons back for Jonin medal. You can renew it 3 times every time this event comes out, and you get yourself the equivalent value in coupons for 50% of it, which is very good. And like it says here, you can get 2,832 coupons in total for renewing this 3 times. Now I have Jonin medal for close to a year, and I don't have to worry about renewing it, and it's still not a bad choice because I ended up getting the coupons. Now you could use the coupons in most things in the game, but let's just move on to the arena, and honestly, it just does not go well. Alright guys, so no matter how many times I try to commentate over this, I just can't get the right way to say it. But I will just be completely honest. The Tendo I used to love, and before 2.0 that I used so much, is gone. It is not the same Tendo. Trying to force a team to the point where he is the main source of damage and the main carry is not ideal. For the main reason that he doesn't have a prompt anymore, and they made it at 80 cost, so using a Tendo round 1 instead of having like 60 cost, I mean, I don't know, like him as a main carry is just the worst thing I have tried in a very long time. To me, this entire week of Midnight Blade has been one of the worst weeks I ever had as a Lightning main. As much as I wanted the teams I was trying to work out, they were honestly disappointing me and just not giving me the exact results I wanted. And on top of that, the YouTube videos I have been doing in the past week have just been very rough because of my schedule. And no matter how many times I try to make better videos for you guys, they just keep coming out worse than I actually make them. And it's just been disappointing. But this is the worst arena I have ever had. I don't remember losing this much before in any arena run I try to do, especially for a video. So I'm just giving you a heads up. You will see a lot of losses in this one. And I'm basically here just to point out all the flaws. There's not really anything positive to point out about this. The the team scheme is pretty good on paper. I mean, I think the worst choice I was doing with Gakido was, instead of the chances I could have put it on Tendo, I should have been trying to put it on Conan, because Tendo's damage alone is not enough for you to win the fight. So the fact that Conan was getting locked up, it put the team in so much trouble that I ended up losing a lot of games. But on top of that, I was facing against a lot of interrupts and acupunctures, and the problem was Irukas would stop the Gakido. Then I was able to get off the lightning armor to do Tendo round 1. But then usually Conan would get crowd controlled and I couldn't do anything round 2. And it was just really not working out. I mean, I had such bad success in this one that I just will never use Tendo as a carry for the team again. When I was using all those Tendo teams in the past, he is just not the same Tendo King Tendo, whatever you want to say. He is just not a king anymore. I mean, he is basically a support. I can still say he's a viable support. Him missing or basically evading one standard attack each round is very good. You know, against Hedons, against Fire Mains, against all sorts of standard attacks, he was doing solid. Then his chases are very good as well. But the mystery is just, oh, it's so bad now. Yes, it does clear barriers, which is good. But the fact of, like, why would you need a mystery like this round 1 in a main team setup? This Tendo team will definitely do really well in Greninja War, because it's an AoE based lineup. So before everybody attacks me in the comments for using an AoE based Greninja War lineup in the arena, I just wanted to see if Tendo's stacked teams can still do as good as he did before. And obviously the answer is no. Far from it. I mean, I've had solo success with this team. And then in that moment right there, I don't know what happened, but even though I had 80 chakra, I was unable to Tendo. He was not mobilized, he was not acupuncture, no idea what happened. It just basically skipped his action and he wasn't able to do it, which was just really weird. But yeah, Tendo, oh my god, I have nothing positive to say about these arena fights. You know, if Conan wasn't acupunctured, immobilized, or dead 80% of the time, the arena fights might have actually went on better. Gakido, way too squishy. I mean, even with the life moon I gave him, he is still getting nuked down. There were a few good fights where Tendo was holding out by his own, but it's just not worth it. If you're trying to go for a high success rate lineup in 1v1 team situations, yeah, this Tendo team is not for you. I can say I probably will never try Tendo carries again. As a support, I'll give him that. You know, I'll use him as a support and just use his mystery whenever I have excess chakra left over. But no, I will never use this team until it gets to Great Ninja War. And another issue with Great Ninja War on my server is we just don't really get any fights. So I guess I just need to move on from Lightning Main. I mean, I'll go back to it in like 3 or 4 weeks whenever you guys decide it. Probably gonna be the next vote when it does get into the straw poll cycle. But I just have nothing else to say. It was such a bad day for Arena. On top of that, the queues were even worse. It makes me second think my voting choice for this cross-server Sage World Battlefield. The arena queues are atrocious. I mean, if Sage World is gonna have the same matchmaking based on Arena Matsuri, then we're all fucked. I mean, but yeah, it just honestly, like, I'm not really mad I lost all these fights. I was just really disappointed in what Tendo Pain has become. You know, it's just taking a ninja that used to be such a hard carry, at least from the lineups I was using, to this. Oh, it's just not ideal. There's maybe different teams that will give you success, but initially forcing that Tendo round 1, yeah, it just does not work exactly. I've fought a lot of people, a lot of teams, so many interrupts, so many acupunctures, so many fire mains with their immunities. Oh god, it was so bad. It was so bad. I honestly just can't remember the last time I lost so much. When I play Naruto Online, I really don't lose that many fights. You know, even on like regular arena days, it'll be maybe like 1 or 2 losses for that day. I usually just don't lose. But wow, this team shocked me. It really did. Shocked me for all the wrong reasons. And I really didn't want to even get this video out. But I have no choice. I have no other videos planned for Naruto Online. I have to get a video out for Wednesday. Wanted, to say farewell to the Lightning main for a while on a good note. But this week was just a very bad week for the Lightning main. Did not have like much fun. I think the most fun I had was definitely the Blitz lineup. It was just giving me the most success. And it was just fun, seeing all the damage from the Lightning main in the first round. But geez, I need to definitely rethink my team choices. I need something, I need to raise my initiative, raise my power. I need to do something because these lineups have been doing worse and worse, unfortunately. And I just don't know what else to do, I would say, obviously I probably did some misplays in these arena fights. But I didn't really feel like, okay, I made a misplay to the point where it would cost me a whole fight. I just think the team itself let me down. Partially, like I said earlier, because of Conan getting shut down, and she was like never getting her mysteries off, which does a ton of damage. And Tendo alone was just really unable to win fights. It was wow. And I went from almost getting promoted to whatever comes after Special Jonin, I think Anbu, to almost getting out of Special Jonin, and then I think I just ended up being halfway. I just couldn't continue arena. So please guys, vote for a new main character. I need to take a break from Lightning. As much as I would like to stay Lightning, this just has been a bad week for this. I don't want to mess with any more Lightning teams for now. So, I can't apologize enough for this video. But just this round 1 Tendo team concept, it can stay in Great Ninja War ranked battle. I would not bring it to arena. In Sage World Battlefield, maybe with a power difference, it could definitely still work, I guess. But like I said, it's going to depend on what teams you face. If you face very hard crowd control lineups, if they can shut down Conan, or even your Lightning main or Gakido, whatever it is, this team can get shut down so easily. You can, the thing is, the Gakido shield is more of a bait than if anything else. People don't know if you're going to be going for round 1 Tendo with this team or what are you doing. So luckily a lot of people were falling for the Gakido shield bait, so I was able to lightning armor. But if you stop the lightning armor, then there's honestly not much you can do. I mean, you won't get the chakra round 1, so that team becomes useless anyway. Conan is in the front line, so she'll probably get crowd controlled to death anyway. This team has a lot of weaknesses, if anything. That's definitely just wow. And I know I was repeating my words right there, but you don't know how I feel about this team. I just cannot wait until it's Thursday and I swap mains. Woo, this was such a bad experience for me. This is something like I never want to look back at. Tomorrow's Thursday, it's a brand new day. Wednesday does not exist in my mind. I really want to forget about this video already. It was even worse trying to commentate this because the arena queues take so long. I cannot commentate one fight, wait like 10 minutes, and then commentate the next one. So I'll just record all the fights, commentate over it. That one got actually pretty close for Tendo. If it wasn't a 10-round fight, Tendo would have won against Iruka for a simple reason that he has an amazing chase with acupuncture. And it would have just kept it being an infinite cycle of acupuncturing Iruka, so he can't use his shuriken to kill Tendo, and Tendo will keep stopping his single attack because of the evasion. So if it wasn't 10 rounds, the Tendo would have actually beat that Iruka and won. But 10 rounds are there for reasons like that. You can't wait like 30 rounds to resolve a fight. And then this was just the last fight I went off on. Yeah, I honestly don't have anything positive to say. I am just at a loss of words. This is kind of the reason why you shouldn't really go for Tendo treasures. Like, people were even telling me, Tendo didn't get nerfed on the 2.0, but they killed the purpose that he had before 2.0, and I can't see him as the same Tendo, especially not after this video. First time since before 2.0 I used Tendo Pain in a team, and it just completely ruined my image of him. Can't wait for any other teams I try and maybe use him as a support in the future. But that's all I have for today. I'll see you guys next time.